There's one thing that you're not supposed to say. I think that's going to be my theme for my next few videos, are things that you're not supposed to say. And one of them is that the culture of cruelty that you see in some sports and even some entertainment and even some areas of the corporate world. The culture of cruelty exists because that's what people think is real.
Where them kicks at? Where them hands? Where them holes? Where them throws? You know what I'm saying? Cecil.
That's what people think is authentic. That's what people think is strong. Even the victims themselves who fall victim to that, not all of them, mind you, but there are enough people in this world who believe in cruelty and see cruelty as strength that there are going to be people falling victim to it until we get it through our heads that you don't have to be cruel in order to get results. The main thing that inspired this video is the death of a football player at the University of Maryland. I cannot remember when it happened, but it's been in the news lately here of August 2018 when they're talking about the young man died because he was being pushed too hard by the football coaches, especially the strength and conditioning coach, and he died. And the university has since then parted ways with that coach, and they're looking to reform their practices for the University of Maryland football. But just like a lot of people said on the news story that I saw for it, this isn't a problem that just happens at the University of Maryland. This happens in professional sports. This happens at the high school level. This happens at the college level, D1, D2, D3. I see it happening. When my son played Little League football, I saw it. I even see it happening in some martial arts schools. I'm not going to name names because I don't keep track mentally of bad schools or bad coaches. I just stay away from them. There's only one school that really sticks out in my mind as a truly awful school that's still in existence. And I don't even need to name that school because they have done more than enough damage to themselves in the media, locally and nationally, and probably even internationally, that everybody who's involved in combat sport and traditional martial arts knows who they are. There's a part of us. And see, this is where we're going to get into some sort of religious stuff. This is a part of us, the flesh. The flesh is what responds to cruelty. You have to conquer the flesh. You have to discipline your flesh and tell your flesh, we're not going to listen to your tendency to think that the dog that barks the loudest is the dog that needs to be in charge. No, we're going to follow the dog that is the smartest and the strongest. You do not have to be cruel in order to teach people. Now, this is the sad thing. Some people are only going to respond to cruelty. And I think that there are more of us who respond to cruelty than more of us who do not. So if we really want to get rid of this culture of cruelty, especially in relations to sports, and even in relations to sports and combat sports and martial arts, we have to take a good and long look at ourselves. These people who want to basically be like Dothraki, these people who think that we still live in Sparta. The kind of people who feel like if you're not being kicked in the head, your martial art is dead. If you're not being punched in the face, your martial art's a disgrace. The kind of people who feel like risking dementia and risking blindness in order to learn the technique is the true way to go. And I used to be like that too. That's why I rag on them so much. If you're in the group, you're supposed to be able to talk about it. I was in the group at one point. If somebody at one point had told me no contact sparring, I would have passed out practically, had a fit. What? No contact sparring? Oh no, oh no. Or if somebody said, well, in my teaching and in my school and in my philosophy at this point, I've moved beyond sparring. And someone told me that too. Now I see why he did that, and now I understand it. And now, honestly, I would prefer that, but I know the public's not going to go for that. But I understand the wisdom of no longer sparring and just sticking to one-step type of approaches, because that's what civilians need for self-defense. Somebody comes, you move, or you parry, get off the center line, do a couple of responses to daze them, knock them down, and then you keep going. You don't train to stand there and engage. Because when I train you to spar, I have to train you to spar. Then I have to train you to not think that everything should be handled with smart. So we're going to have to do something about this culture of cruelty. And what am I doing about it? The only thing I can do, I can run classes without being cruel. I can raise a family without being cruel to the best of my ability. I can conduct all my relationships without being cruel. I can be an employee without being cruel. If I have to lead a task at work, I can try to lead a task at work without being cruel. That's all I can do. I can make videos about the culture of cruelty. So let me challenge you with this. What are you going to do about the culture of cruelty? And thanks for watching this video. Comment, and subscribe, and please share this with people who like to talk about the martial arts and peace. And don't be cruel.